good morning, and I appreciate you guys rocking with me. This is what you guys wanted to see. Like, subscribe, send me some comments on this video, and let's get this thing going and let's have some fun, okay? It is in the off season right now, okay? But there really is no off season, right? I'm usually at, guys, 5 or 6 meals a day, depending on, you know, how fast I get started in the day. If I get an early start, then I'll probably do 6. I already had what I start my day off with is my cardio and my morning routine. I do abs, I do calves, and I do maybe about, you know, anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes of cardio along with my stretching routine. Very important to me, you know, and it's very important, not, aside from just the physical things that I'm doing, it's very important to really, for my mental, to kind of start my day going and to get my mental charge and my mental focus for the day. I have a cup of oats, and guys, I usually drink my egg whites these days. I can't remember the last time I ate my egg whites. So I'll have about a cup and a half of egg whites just down the hatch, and about and a cup of dry oats. All right, so then we're moving on into the meals. We have our Tupperware ready here. We have our scale here. 2 very important things for bodybuilders, 2 essentials. And we turn that on, and okay, so the second meal is going to be, I usually like to have 3 meals before I train, at least. So this is going to be the second meal, and then that third meal is going to be the pre-workout meal. This meal 2 is going to be just 6 ounces of chicken, a little well done, ain't never hurt nobody, guys. We're going to measure out 6 ounces here. So that's 6 there, okay? We're gonna move over here, and in the off season, and depending on how my weight is doing, and depending on how we're looking with the weight, it's okay to have a cup of rice, a jasmine rice, sweet potato. It'll be a medium sweet potato, or it will be maybe about 5 of the rice cakes that I have, which would equal about 50 grams. And that would be for meal 2. Okay, so you're putting that in there like that, like so. During the season, when we get down to about maybe 10 weeks, 9 weeks out, the second meal won't be a carb meal. We usually only do our oats in the morning for carbs. We'll do pre and post training meals with the rest of the carb meals. That's how it usually goes. Now, depending on how I'm looking, depending on how the body is responding, we might add in a little bit more carbs to the second meal, or to maybe the 6th meal at the end. But it all depends. But in general, that's how it would go, right? All right, fam. So you can't forget about your veggies, right, guys? I'll be honest. I'm not the best with veggies. I'm not the best with making sure I get those in, and you know, and being on point with that as far as my details with the veggies is concerned. But I will acknowledge that I am going to get better, and that they are very important as well, right, for your digestion and for your micronutrients as well. So when you need the body, guys, to act as a machine, then your macros are a lot of the times just important as your macros. All right, so I just put a handful of greens in here. This is like a spinach and kale mix, you know, and we're set to go. That's meal 2 there, ready to rock. Listen, you guys, what I'm showing you guys right now is no different than what you already know. Okay, as far as what we eat, as far as what we're eating, you know, pre and post meal, and the type of foods that we eat, it's no different than what you guys are doing out there for the most part. The key, guys, is being organized with it, managing your time, having your meals ready to go, so you don't have to, you're eating them on time, so you don't have to fall behind with your meals. And it is the consistency. Doing it day in and day out is the key. Okay, that's the separation in the preparation right there. And that step separates whatever you want to call it, the men from the boys, the champions from the peasants, or whatever you want to call it. I've heard it all out there. We're on to meal 3. Now this is going to be our pre-training meal. And guys, I'll take some off. If I'm at like a quarter or something, I'll take some off, or I'll add. We want to be exact, and we want to be right on the dot. If that's what I'm supposed to have, then that's what we have. We don't have 6 1/2, 6 1/4, 6 3 eggs, 6 and whatever. We have exactly what we're supposed to have. Excuse the low battery, guys, but you can see how it's flashing to 6 there. So we're in the money. We are in the money. And so we are going to throw the jasmine rice in there as a cup, along with the chicken for pre-training meal. Boom. Just like so. And so with the greens, coach tells me, hey, at least do 2 meals a day, Breon, and I'm going to exceed that a little bit. And I'm going to do 3 with the greens, right? So we're going to stay ahead of the game with that. But not on the pre-training meal. We're not going to do greens. All right. Now we move on to meal 4. That's always going to be some type of lean red meat. Okay, I love bison. Guys, I really, really love bison. Ran out today, by the way. Shout out to Trifecta. They're wonderful guys. They're fresh. They're organic. They deliver on point as far as they're consistent with the deliveries. No delays. And they give me what I need, as for they keep me tight, right? For off season, on season. And so you guys give Trifecta a try. Check them out. You will not be disappointed. This is the post-training meal. This meal right here can be a little bit more hefty, a little bit more calorie dense. I am supposed to have a lean red meat with this meal. So one of my favorites, because I love like bison. I love lean steak, and I usually have bison. Ran out of it because I'm always eating it. So this is just flat iron steak here. So let's see how much we have here. We have 4 3/4. So the rest of it gets chicken. Let's put that chicken in there to make 8, fam. We need 8, and we have to be precise. You know that. 7 3/4. Don't you love that? 7 3/4. 5/8, a quarter. You gotta love that. Precision, precision, precision. All right, so that's 8 right there. As far as post-training is concerned, that's usually the most calorie dense. My carbs consist pretty much of jasmine rice, sweet potato, and rice cakes, guys, in the off season and on season. Both. So those are my go-tos, and they work well for me as far as my body, as far as digesting it, as far as not feeling bloated with those carbs and with those types of meals. And that's the direction we go in. I'm not going to be shy about an overflowing cup so much on that one. Like I say, this is post-training, so we can give the body a little bit more. It's meal 4, ready to rock. And guys, I need to also mention the fats. I'll probably have around 110 to 120, 130 grams of fats per day. And my fats consist of avocados, almonds, almond butter. As you guys know, I love my almond butter. And I don't quite count my little tablespoon of Oats Oil 369 blend here that I have. I don't count that as a fat source, even though it most definitely is a fat source, but that's not counted. We're talking about just ingested food that we take. And that's about it. Okay, last meal of the day. I'm running out of chicken, guys. I'm running out of jasmine rice. So I am going to make meal 5 the last meal of the day, and it's going to be pretty hefty. I'm going to go with 10 ounces of chicken, 10 ounces of chicken breast. All right. 10 ounces. We're gonna add some ground turkey in here. This is some extra lean ground turkey, 99%. Oh, and I know, dry, right? But listen, you gotta eat dry, guys, and you have to eat a certain way to be lean. You gotta diet harder to be harder and to be leaner. There we are. All right, and then we're not gonna have the carb, we're not gonna have carbs with this meal, the last one. We are going to do a little bit more fats, guys. Brace yourself when what I'm getting ready to tell you. I'll even put my 2 tablespoons of almond butter on my chicken and on my ground turkey and rock out with it like that. Or I'll just scoop it and do 2 tablespoons of almond butter straight to it. And then I have my fat source for the evening. Seasonings, guys, I really just pretty much either use these 2 seasonings added on my food. Liquid aminos is a game changer. Game changer. Kind of tastes like soy sauce. So I'll either do that, honey mustard. All right, the sugar content is really good in here. It's only 1 gram of sugar, and that's it. Only 10 calories per serving, and just a little bit of sodium, 25 milligrams per teaspoon. So that's a serving, and another game changer for what I add to my protein. I have to give it the greens because I should be giving it the greens as a professional. That's why that gets the greens. Okay, then we move on to the meals. This is meal 2 here. We have a cup of jasmine rice. We have 6 ounces of chicken breast here. All right, and then this is meal 3 right here. I usually do about 8 ounces of bison or lean steak. We did about 4 ounces of lean steak here because that was available to me, and then we just filled the rest of it in with chicken breast, a cup of jasmine rice here, and then I'll also have a heftier post-training meal. So I'll have about 2 tablespoons of almond butter, my favorite, you know that. Then I'll move on to meal 4, which is just on the basic side. All right, another 6 ounces of chicken breast, a cup of rice, cup of jasmine rice, and then we got to get our greens in, right? So we have the greens here, about just a handful of greens. I'll wash it off and just throw it in there, fam. You got to get those in, right? Don't forget about your greens, your micronutrients in there. And then because I ran out of protein, guys, I made the last meal 5, a heftier protein meal, which is 10 ounces. And this is mixed with chicken breast and lean ground turkey. This is gonna I'll also probably have about 3 tablespoons of fats, almond butter, with this meal at the end of the day. No carbs in this meal. We like to tail the carbs back at the end of the day. And there we are. The macros, guys, the setup is usually around 200 to 220, up to 220 grams of protein a day. I'll have about 150, 175, 80 grams of carbs. a day, which is not much, but I don't need much for the gains. That's just how my body works. And then we'll have about 100 grams of fats, maybe a little bit more sometimes if I'm a little bit more hungry. 110 to up to 130 grams of fats per day. And then that's the meals throughout the day. And you better have them with you guys so you can eat on time and so you don't have to lose your gains and you don't have to even worry about going catabolic, because that's what you don't want. All right, so thank you guys. Love you guys again. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you want to see in future videos, and let's continue to have fun and enjoy.